Obstacles are your friend. Mistakes are your friend if you have the right attitude. Now, I'm not saying going with a mindset that you're willing to make mistakes like off the top. No, you go to win. But if you're going for perfection, when those mistakes happen, you take them as an opportunity to go back to the lab, make the necessary corrections so you can come back and win. Or you can go to a different path. Sometimes you find out that the path that you're on may not be the path for you.
All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. If you got, stay strapped before you die smoking. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. Ain't no competition, I'm God's chosen. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. If you got, stay strapped before you die smoking. All 3 eyes, I keep my eyes open. Ain't no competition, I'm God's chosen.
Peace, love, life, and balance. And welcome to Universoul. Life Balance, Universoul. I'm your host, Chief Jamal. You see the topic of the video. You gotta learn how to turn your losses into victories. Take pride in your mistakes. Use your mistakes as opportunities. Learn how to gracefully take L's. Now listen, we naturally, of course, in our natural being, we don't want to take losses. When we set out to do something, we don't necessarily set out with the mindset that we're going to lose or that we're going to have to take a hard lesson. We always set out with the mindset that we're going to win, that we're going to come out victorious. For the most of us. Now, some of us don't do that, and that's another issue within itself about being self-motivated and positive thinking. But this is about, what I'm talking about is when you take the actions, when you feel that way, and then you end up taking a loss, or you end up making a mistake, whether it's in life, business, love, pleasure, whatever it may be. You have to understand that. Remember this phrase. I was in college. I remember buying the Nas Lost tapes, or listening to the Nas Lost tapes, and I remember a line that always stuck with me. Long as I'm still breathing, I'm still winning. Okay? Long as you're still breathing, long as you still have your, see, we get so caught up in the materialization and goals and accomplishing things that we don't enjoy life. We don't enjoy the actual journey. We're not thankful enough for just life within itself. Life, the ability to breathe, the ability to wake up, the ability to take in the sun, the ability to take in nature, the ability to just recharge yourself, to eat, to all your facilities work, your health. Your health is your wealth. Your mental health and your physical health is your wealth. If you have that, no matter what happens, you're still winning, because guess what you can do? That loss that you took, that misstep, that missed opportunity, that time where you put your effort in, maybe it was a relationship, maybe the relationship didn't go well and you learned, and maybe you went on a business venture, you started to do a business and the business didn't go good and you took some L's. But if you're still breathing, if you're still alive, if you survive, whatever you look, I know certain things we hear are cliches, but some things are cliches because they are true. Whatever does not kill you will make you stronger. Whatever does not kill you will make you stronger if you choose to let it make you stronger. That's the part that's left out. You have to make the decision that I'm still breathing, I'm still winning. I haven't lost in the game yet. All I did was saw a mistake that I made. Now I can make an adjustment. How many times, for those of you who watch sports, see a team that's losing at halftime, and then they go in at halftime, they make adjustments, and they're able to come out and win? You get blowout victories in the NBA, football, basketball, whatever it may be, but most games aren't blowouts, especially in professional. Most games are nip and tuck. The leads go back and forth. The game is in a balance where it can go either way. And usually the one who wins is the person who, because mistakes happen, unless you shut somebody out, zero, and you never make a mistake, you're going to make mistakes even in winning. So those who win and continuously win, they concentrate on turning their weaknesses into strengths. Turn your weaknesses into strengths. A mistake or a misstep is an opportunity for improvement. It's an opportunity for correction. It's an opportunity to refine yourself. Because there are times where, how many times we see the childhood star, the prodigy, who who's coddled, who goes through life, or who has an easier role because of their talents and gifts, and then they get to an adult stage and they struggle as an adult, or they have a collapse, or they're drug overdose, or whatever it may be. It's because they didn't go through the refining process. It was just handed to them. They were put in a position where their life was already set and it was just handed to them. When you don't go through a refining process, when you don't go through the making process, when you don't be refined like fine gold, when you're not a coal that gets grinded down to a diamond, you don't respect or understand the process of what it takes to be on that high level. So when the challenge comes, you don't have a foundation. Just like in the scriptures, it says that a house that's not built on solid foundation is going to fall when the storm comes. You don't have any recollection when the storm comes, so you're at a major disadvantage. And those people, if you notice, they don't recover, or it takes them extra long to recover. Some of them never recover. But those who go through the fire, who have the ups and downs, when you listen to success stories of billionaires or people who are popular, that you like, that made it, even like a LeBron James or like a Kobe Bryant, or like a whoever it may be, a Jerry Rice, whatever it may be, or a Brett Favre, whoever you may like, athlete, actor, Jamie Foxx, or whatever, they all have stories where they had to overcome obstacles. Obstacles are your friend. Mistakes are your friend if you have the right attitude. Now, I'm not saying going with a mindset that you're willing to make mistakes like off the top. No, you go to win. But if you're going for perfection, when those mistakes happen, you take them as an opportunity to go back to the lab, make the necessary corrections so you can come back and win. Or you can go to a different path. Sometimes you find out that the path that you're on may not be the path for you. Okay? And you have to determine that within yourself. That's why I always go back and say knowledge of self. Learn who you are before you take on any endeavor. Take the time to build and learn yourself. Know what you really actually want, what you really actually want to do. Have goals, have a purpose. That way you don't go on bogus missions. You're not pursuing a profession or a person or idea that does not fit you, because you know who you are. When you know who you are, you can easily pivot from your mistakes. The problem is a lot of you don't know who you are first. You haven't taken the time to get to know who you are, to get to really understand yourself. So you're out here, you're just experimenting. And when you're experimenting, it's a frustrating path in life, because you have the burden of trying to accomplish something, but you don't have a foundation or a set or a prerequisite of what you want to accomplish or what you want to do. You don't have the credentials or the mindset or the passion, because you're not sure who you are yet. And you have to be sure who you are. And when you're sure who you are, when you go into an endeavor, you can easily pivot, because you understand, okay, I know this is what I want to do. When you're passionate about something, you're going to be relentless. You're not going to stop till you get it done. If you're not relentless, you maybe need to check and see, is this my passion? Is this what I really want to do in my life? Is this the person I really want to pursue? Is this the goal or the dream that I really want to pursue? You have to understand that. You will naturally be relentless and passionate and not give up on something that you truly believe in. Some of you guys are not quitting and giving up because you're a loser and you're a quitter. I don't like labeling people like that, because sometimes you're quitting and giving up because you don't really know your path yet. So find out who you are first, and once you know who you are, when you do make a mistake, you see this is an opportunity for growth. I started this business, I didn't get in with enough capital. I see that I have to make this, so now let me go back and restart. Now I know what I have to do, so I'm going to take longer, and I'm going to be able to go in and fix that mistake. And then if another mistake happens, guess what? I got that one out the way, and you're perfecting yourself. That's why a lot of businesses, a lot of endeavors, relationships, it takes time to develop. Patience is key. Patience is key. Being patient and enjoying the process. Don't be so focused on the destination. Learn to enjoy the grind. Learn to enjoy the refining process. Learn to enjoy the cleaning process, where you're cleansing yourself, the building process. Take joy in building. That's why, yes, it's good to have long-term goals, but have small incremental goals. You should have a daily goal, a weekly goal, a monthly goal. You should have goals in increments. That way you're constantly pushing and you're constantly seeing progress, no matter what. Even if your long-term goal, something happens that affects it, you know that you're still on path because you have smaller goals to get to that long-term goal. Don't take your mistakes as a reason to quit. Now, like I said, if you're not sure, then you have to go back and do self-examination. But once you've done the self-examination, you understand, you made the decision. Now, the word decision is very interesting. When we say, tell me when you understand what that means. The word decision means death, or to put it into. So that's why you see a lethal incision, or a incision. You hear that with death a lot of times. Okay, so when you say decision, you decide. You're putting a death to every option. Okay, you're putting a death to every other option. You're saying this is the choice I'm making. You're making a choice, and every other option is dead. I made a decision. I decided to put the other options to death. And when you have that focus, you're able to go into your the thing that you want to accomplish or desire, and you understand that it may be rough. I might have obstacles, but I'm going to complete this. And your mistakes are really that they shouldn't set you back. Those are times you can see, okay, this is what I need to do. Because the worst thing that can happen to you is that you can accomplish that goal, but you don't have the necessarily backlog of information or experience built up to handle it, because the storm is going to come. You want the storms to come on your journey to your destination, for you can maintain that destination. You don't want the storms to come after. Because there's gonna be storms after anyway. But you want the storms that come after to be after you already experienced other storms, because they're no longer storms now. They're just situations, they're just obstacles. They're not storms no more, because you're already at your goal. You're already built to what you need to be. You want to experience it. You want to experience the journey, and the journey is what teaches you and what makes you and what molds you. Okay. Disappointment is what makes you and what molds you. That's what's going to drive you. You want to take that disappointment. I remember hearing stories about, I remember Kobe. Kobe's my favorite athlete of all time, right? Because his mentality, man. I remember when hearing the story about how he lost the championship game to I think it was the Celtics, and the song that was playing, he let that song play all off season, and it motivated him, and he went on to win 2 more championships. That's what you got to do. He used that opportunity he used that to motivate him, to drive him, to say, I'm not going to just avoid this. I'm going to let this play over and over. I'm going to have it in my iPod. I'm going to work out to it, because I want that pain. I'm going to take that mistake. I'm going to use that to focus in on my mistakes, to focus in on what I need to do. So when I get back to this situation, I know that what I have to do. I know that I don't want to be in that situation again. I'm not going to try to forget that. I'm going to let that remind me, to motivate me to don't be here again. I'm going to have to deal with this obstacle. Now, look, that's an extreme way of doing it, but if you want to go to extreme heights, you got to do extreme things. And look at the heights Kobe, in my opinion, to me, the greatest of all time. That's another debate later. I'll do a video on why Kobe is the greatest. It's just deeper than basketball, why I say that. But that's how you got to approach it. Approach life with that Mamba mentality, that no quit, that no give up. You should be joyful when you receive persecution. That's even in the scriptures. Be joyful when you receive opposition, because that means you're on the right path. I mean, people that they're on the wrong path, they don't really get, they don't get too much opposition. They might get small little things happen, but they don't really get too much opposition because they're on the wrong path already. Then no one's going to stop you from destroying yourself. A lot of times, people don't care about you destroying yourself. That's just how life. It's sad. It's like that, but that's how life works. So you'll see. You look at how with the OnlyFans and the back page and the prostitution, and then you look on the men's side with the with all the porn and the encouragement towards not just giving up on life, giving up on women, and just giving up on men. So I'm gonna sell myself. Those type of things right there, people don't really. Society makes it to where that's okay. For now, you got no fap, you got people who speak out against it and talk about it, but the overall opinion society, do your thing, make your money. You can't get a woman, it's okay, just masturbate, just throw your seed away. You don't really get a push to go on the right side like that in society. You know, the path is made very easy. You can just go on your phone and Google it. If you're a woman, you just put a picture up and sell it. The path is very little resistance. So you can have a goal in that area, you're not going to get much resistance. And then when something comes and happens, you won't be ready to deal with it. You let's say you're a guy, you like porn all the time, and you're trying to stop. You feel I want to stop masturbating. I want to get a real woman, and then you get with a real woman. Now you got all these complications. You can't satisfy her, because now you took the easiest path just to satisfy. You're a woman. You didn't want to. You wanted a man to take care of you. You didn't want to being a good woman was too hard. So you prostituted yourself or sold yourself. And now you want a man to take you seriously as a wife, and now you're having trouble because you set out a goal that had a path of least resistance that was not that hard to get. And you got that goal, but you realized that you didn't take on a building process. You just simply took the path of least resistance. So you got that goal, and when you realized that wasn't your goal, or you got resistance, or you finally got something against that was counter to that, counter to your goals changed maybe. You're not able to handle it or adjust because you took the path of least resistance. You wanted the path where a mistake really didn't hurt you, where you can just get what you wanted. You wanted instant gratification. And instant gratification always backfires. But if you have a real goal that you know yourself and you took in the time to do the work on yourself, you've done the mental work on yourself, you build yourself up, then you're going to have more of an intimacy with that goal. It's not going to be instant gratification. You're going to have more of a desire to keep that goal going. And you're not going to switch paths. You don't want to have a goal and then realize, damn, this ain't what I really wanted. I was tripping. You know, it's too late at that point a lot of times. You know, that's why I said it's never a rush to get to know yourself. Take as much time as you need to get to know yourself. You always have a foundation you can come back to and balance from. That's what we talk about. We talk about balance. So with that being said, I'm gonna sign off, family. Remember, your setbacks is your setups for glorification. Your setbacks is your setups for victory. Okay? That's what's setting you up. It's not a setback if you truly on your purpose, if you truly doing it with the right intentions, the right heart. You got you've done your homework, you've done the work. Your setback is not a bad thing. Your setback is an opportunity to perfect yourself. When you do get to that goal, you can maintain it, you can go to the next goal. With that being said, peace, love, life, and balance.